Hi, my name is Matt, and this is video 5 of my 6-part series Okies. Each story in this series tells an aspect of someone's life who is connected to Oklahoma. And this is Cyndi's story.
I drove by the shop, I think it was maybe a month or so ago, and I see that you're not there anymore.
Yes.
So what has happened with all of that?
I have a 12 ounce, a 16 ounce, and a 20 ounce. So my medium is this. Alrighty. You know, I have regulars that I see once every 6 weeks because they only come to me when they're going to get their hair cut because I'm on the way. And so I like that. I know they need a haircut when I see them. Alright, test this out. Make sure I didn't cool it off too much. Thanks for stopping by. Finally coming by. Thanks. About time, huh?
How long have you done this again?
About 3.5 years. It's had its challenges because my life's had its challenges.
Right.
But it's done well with them. You know, I've decided coffee business, if it's going wrong, you're either really, really in the wrong place, or you're not doing it right. People want their coffee. People need their coffee.
Do you have an espresso maker at your house? Like, do you have any sort of...
I don't. I'll tell you, I was not a big coffee drinker. I was turning some great age. I don't know. Not a major, like a 50 or a 40. And my husband goes, well, what do you want for your birthday? Well, I tell him, I want a home espresso machine. And this was before they got better. This was the best I could find at the time. But it still wasn't that great. But what do I know about espresso at this point? And so he says, no, you don't. Well, why'd you ask? Yeah, what? So I got on my little high horse and I thought, you know what, I don't need you to buy an espresso. I can buy my own espresso machine. So I did. And he looked at that machine when it came up and he didn't say anything, but he's got this expression on his face like, oh, you really didn't want that. Yes. So behind my back, and cool, this is one of the times he got me too. I'm very hard to surprise, but this is the time he got me. He had these series of trailer hitches, and he took one that he was going to sell anyway, and traded it for, you know those tall grinders that have 50 settings you see in the grocery stores? He traded one of his trailer hitches for that funky, odd little, and I had the perfect funky, odd little space in my kitchen for it. Found this, it looks like a toaster oven that they've revamped. I started roasting my beans. I still haven't opened this up yet. Not even a sparkle in my eye kind of thing, right? I roast my own beans, we follow the directions, we degas it, we do all this, and we're getting ready to taste our first cup of coffee. Like, okay. We take that first sip and I'm like, now I get coffee. It was so good, and it kept being good. We set it on fire once because we over roasted it. That was fun. And we so that was my first, and I still didn't think this is what I would do. Still, this was not on my radar. But when it happened to be on my radar, then it was like, yeah, I can do this. You know how you look back at things in your life that happen and you think, okay, you know, all just puzzles coming together.
Right.
Just happen. Well, coffee's that way for me. So what I did with the shop, I originally was going to sell the building. that land is rented, but the building was mine. So I sold that earlier than I had planned. And so my official open date is November 2nd.
So you will be opening up a new shop?
Yes, I'll be out at the Tinker Credit Union, and it's a beautiful building. This has been a long time coming. And so when I got approached by them, I thought, oh, great, because I was beginning to shop around for my second location. I said, well, this will be location number 2. And then life went on, and then my husband happened, his cancer and dying and all that. And then they come back to me last August. They had their groundbreaking. So they came back to me that summer, and I was like, oh my gosh, what am I doing? And I went ahead and catered the groundbreaking, and it jazzed me up for this, and it was all good. And so it kind of opened up changed my path a little bit. There's some people that have been really, really impacted, and I think we'll find a lot of it is from a mental standpoint rather than a physical standpoint. For this blanket, I ran out of one yarn. I thought, oh shoot, my stash wasn't good. My goal was to do the whole blanket with just my stash of yarn, and so I had to go buy a skein of yarn. And I went to check out one skein of yarn, right? Went to check out. I was gonna just rush through and do this thing. And I wasn't even thinking. I think I was listening to a book, getting antsy. And next thing I know, I'm noticing, not with my whole brain, with part of my brain, this older customer looking at me with this fear on her face. I'm like, oh, what's going on? And she had a mask on. I had a mask on. The checkout lady had a mask on, and her plexiglass. And I go, note to self. She's afraid of you getting too close. So I backed way off. And that's the first time. And so I'm even more conscious of it now. And she was probably a good 10 or 15 years older than me. I'm like, this may be the only time she's been out, the first time she's been out in a month or so. And this is scary to her. And she just wants her ball of yarn. I've had that thought intellectually, but the first time I really internalized that thought, that there are people now whose whole life for the rest of their life has changed. Even when the virus goes away, even when things get more normalized, they won't. So I'm trying to be smart. I'm trying to be cognizant of you. I'm not going to wrestle the Walmart greeter because he makes me wear a mask. I'm not, it's not just about me and what I want. It's not just about me being wanting to check out and get my ball of yarn. It's not just that. There's a whole community out here that, and maybe some of the protocols that come out of this will be more courtesy in the way.